If you like this video, share it on social media. This is a new channel and it helps out a lot. Hey, the Film Guy here. Welcome to 5 Minutes of Filmmaking, the show that was 3 minutes, but like my ex-girlfriend, that's not good enough for you. And also the show where we talk about one aspect of filmmaking and discuss it deeper to hopefully learn from it. Spoilers, obviously. Have you ever noticed that the opening act of most films is kind of the same? I'm talking about how they set up the main characters and the storyline for the film. Seriously, 90% of the films do these 5 things in no particular order. Firstly, showing what the characters care about or want the most. In Don John, our main character John's greatest love is watching pornography. In Deadpool, Wade Wilson loves his new girlfriend and beating up bad dudes for money. In Scott Pilgrim, Scott loves playing music with his band, but he loves dating girls more. In Alien, Ellen Ripley loves her daughter and wants to get home to her ASAP. Secondly, they show the flaws of the character, or the flaws of their circumstance. In Don John, John is shown to be addicted to porn. He loves it more than actual sex, which he finds disappointing. In Deadpool, Wade's flaw is very simple. He's extremely mentally unstable. In Scott Pilgrim, Scott is a terrible boyfriend to Knives. He uses her, and is said to have done that to more girls in the past.
That time with Lisa?
That was a misunderstanding.
That time with Holly?
That wasn't what it looked like.
That time you dumped Kim?
Okay, me and Kim are all good now, alright?
In Alien, Ripley is a warrant master, whose military rank suggests that she relies on others heavily to get anything done. She is no action hero. Thirdly, they add a conflict or a problem. In Don John, John starts dating a girl he thinks is perfect. She is the most beautiful girl he has ever seen. But sex with her isn't any better, so he goes back to watching porn. In Deadpool, Wade gets cancer. That's about it. In Scott Pilgrim, while dating Knives, Scott falls for another woman named Ramona. She is literally the woman of his dreams, and he decides to cheat on Knives with her. And in Alien, while responding to a distress beacon, Ripley's crew member Kane gets attacked by a facehugger alien and is incapacitated. Fourthly, they add insult to injury. Basically, things have to get worse. In Don John, John's new girlfriend catches him watching porn and thinks he is disgusting and wants to leave him. In Deadpool, his cancer is incurable and he basically has no chance to survive. His future with his fiancée is basically lost. In Scott Pilgrim, Scott learns that Ramona has 7 evil exes that he must defeat if they are going to date. In Alien, once Kane is brought back aboard the ship, an even deadlier alien bursts out of his chest and threatens to kill the entire crew. Fifthly, our main character will either pick an unhealthy choice or one will be forced upon them. In Don John, John decides to lie to his girlfriend about watching porn, and he finds new ways to hide it from her. In Deadpool, Wade leaves his girlfriend without saying anything, to join a shady program that promises to cure him. In Scott Pilgrim, after Knives confesses her love for Scott, he dumps her to keep pursuing Ramona. In Alien, before anything that happened with Step 4, Ash breaks quarantine and allows the crew to bring Kane back on board the ship, with the alien still attached to his face against Ripley's orders. And that is the first act of every film. The first act should fuel the rest of the movie by the story that has been told there, in either the characters' attempts to return what they lost, or for the realization they need to change, or the journey to accomplish their new goal. These 5 things are in the first act of almost every movie, and if not, there's a good chance it has a poorly constructed script. Now you may be thinking, what about non-linear films, like Memento or Pulp Fiction? Well, if they're done well, putting the scenes in order should accomplish the same goal. After all, the power and point of non-linear filmmaking is to hide something from the audience for as long as possible, making the mystery of the film the driving force to keep watching until the end. Also, ensemble films like 12 Angry Men or Inglourious Basterds, where there really isn't one main character, you will often see a variation of these things spread across multiple characters. So what does this all mean? Well, the first act of every film, even great ones, is seemingly extremely rudimentary. Almost every movie does this, from Seven to Raiders of the Lost Ark, to Whiplash, to Toy Story, to The Raid, to Star Trek, to Batman, to Good Will Hunting, to Die Hard, to Anchorman.
Oh! Great Odin's Raven!
All their first acts are extremely rudimentary, but these 5 things are very well hidden. So next time you're watching a film, or making your own, ask yourself, what does the main character love the most? What is their flaw? What is their conflict? How does it get worse? And what bad decisions do they make to fuel the rest of the story? Anyways, beautiful people, that is it for today's episode of Insert Number of Minutes of Filmmaking here. Did you find this interesting? Did you learn something? Let me know down below and let's have a conversation. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter at TheRealFilmGuy. Also check out some other content like my Quentin Tarantino directing style breakdown or my other one on Zack Snyder. Check out the t-shirt store and I'll see you again soon.